Today our theme is attention and thinking. If I have to suggest one thing which is the most important commodity of today's world, that is your attention, especially when it comes to thinking. And you can reflect back upon your own social media use or your television or your attention span, that it has now reduced to under a minute or even to milliseconds now. We want so much quick response, quick reward, that we are facing attention deficit disorders. And with this problem or with this challenge, that not being able to be attentive on a task, not to focus on one stuff or a project or work, we are unable to do that creative work, and ultimately our thinking is compromised. So, the single most important thing and the most important commodity, if I have to discuss or share or advise you guys, it is your attention. And you can very well imagine that a push notification kicks us into that state where we leave our most important, the creative work that is most important, for which we have done our goal setting, and we are looking forward to complete it at our priority, just because of a push notification, an email alert, or a balloon, or a push notification sound distracts us from that attention. And there are ways, techniques, and methods with which we can improve our attention, we can prolong our attention span, and obviously and understandably, we can be much more attentive, and our thinking can be very much productive. But for that, we need to keep some checks. We need to have install some habits so that we can be persistent, we can be consistent, and we can be reliable, especially when we are into our work. So, coming back, thinking basic as the basic theme of Evolve at 5, and all the things that you have been following. And if you are watching this for the first time, kindly refer back to the previous live sessions where we talked about thinking, we talked about getting into the flow, we talked about the power of listening, and now attention. It's not one fits all form, and I'll put it, the most important commodities of today's world is our attention. We are kids, ourselves as students, as teachers, as parents, as entrepreneurs. We need to be attentive if we are wanting or willing to do that creative work and be innovative. So, with this, other things do have a role in it. Your inner voice that keeps you in check, your ego that has a very important role, especially when it comes to coaching and advising and suggesting. We need to know where our ego should come into play and where not. Self awareness is going to give us that deep work and the sense of purpose, because without self identity, it's very difficult to identify that single important thing or the work that we are born to do. And obviously, our environment, but before environment, our health matters a lot, because if we are healthy, only then we can be attentive. A pain in any part of the body will always distract us towards the pain, and we'll try to get that leeway or leverage. Okay, it's painful, I'm not feeling well, and I just need to drift away from my deep work or my optimal work. Then comes, after health comes your coaching, mentoring, and lastly but not the least, your environment. So these are very important things which get you into the flow state. And again, just to repeat or recall, attention is the most important commodity that the internet guys, the media is wanting from us, and we need to be very clear in that where to put our attention and where not to. Please do share it with your family and friends, because it's a much more needed thing that our loved ones need to know. Subscribe the channel, stay safe, join us. Allah Hafiz.